But let's get to one of the stories of the day. If not the story of the day, it's the Browns. And if we had real perspective, the fact that the Browns were some people's pick to reach the Super Bowl, considering they'd won one game combined in 2 years, and they fired their head coach and offensive coordinator mid-season last year, is nothing short of remarkable. But the Browns are put together with just taking too many chances. Right? You can take a chance, but you can't take this many chances. Right? For example, their quarterback, though they took him number 1 overall, in terms of prospects, most people did not have him graded as the top-rated quarterback in the draft. He's a little bit thicker, a little bit smaller. He's from an offense that has traditionally worked in college and not worked in the pros. He's not a great athlete. There's a reason Baker was twice a walk-on. Yes, he had scholarship offers. Yes, he started as a freshman at Texas Tech. Yes, he was a 3-time Heisman finalist or hopeful. And he won one and competed for 2 national championships in the playoffs. But the fact is that Baker Mayfield has some tangible reasons that he was a walk-on and that people had doubts about him. Okay, so you can take a chance on Baker. You can take a chance on a head coach that up until last year had never called plays. Was on no one. Freddie Kitchens was on no one's radar as being a head coach in the league. You can take a chance on one of the position coaches or one of the coordinators being a younger guy relating to the quarterback. You can take a chance every now and again. Odell Beckham Jr. is a spectacular talent. In order to take him, he takes a lot of money up. You're going to have to lose money somewhere else. You're going to have to not spend as much money somewhere else. And when you have a plethora of running backs, when you have Jarvis Landry on the other side, when you have star players on the defensive side of the ball, where do you think it's going to come up short? Your offensive line. So when I look at the Browns, and everyone's going to point out the draw play on 4th and 9. People point out that, as we told you last week, Baker Mayfield doesn't look like we were told Baker Mayfield would look this year. There are unrealistic expectations, but the fact is that they just took too many chances on everything they did. You can take chances, but you can't make everything you do about taking chances. Right? The NFL is not Madden. You can be the I'm not going to punt guy, or I'm going to go for 2 guy, or I'm going to no huddle all the time guy. But you know what you can't be? You can't be the go for 2, no huddle, onside kick guy every single time. That doesn't, if you do them all, there's just too much risk and not enough reward. Got to be smart about it. That's essentially what the Browns have done. Occasionally you can get away. If you have a quarterback that gets rid of it super quick, you can get away with having a faulty offensive line. Especially because of injuries. Nothing you can do, but when you spread out that money, you can get away with it. You can't get away with it when you have a bunch of money in a running game. You really cut your teeth last year running the football. And oh yeah, by the way, you want to beat people deep down the field, he's got to hold on to the football and he has no time. He has no time. I like real estate. I like going and looking in houses on weekends. Right? And so when you go into a kitchen, you want the layout to be fairly open, bright. You want nice cabinets. You can see if they're custom cabinets or if they bought them from, one of the prefab places. You want a big, thick piece of quartz or marble, but if you all of a sudden you do a rose gold sink, right, with rose gold appliances, you're like, wow, that's a little bright. Then you do it with some type of marble instead of granite, instead of quartz, that is just really heavy and really expensive and really audacious. Like all of a sudden now you have a kitchen that less and less people like. It costs you more and more money. It's just too many chances taken. So I look at the Cleveland Browns. I look at Baker Mayfield, 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, completing just 57% of his passes. That's 30th in the National Football League. I compare it to last year with 27 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, although most of those numbers were against the bottom of the league. I look at the dysfunction within their offense in terms of their play calling. Browns ran 23 plays in their final 4 drives. OBJ was targeted just once. Part of it is that he's being bracketed. He's got 2 guys on him everywhere. So you do have to use him as a decoy and find people that are open when they're overcovering OBJ. But if you build everything around Odell Beckham Jr. and your quarterback locks in on him, that's not good. If you spend everything on your skill positions and your defense and your offensive line stinks, that's not good. And when your quarterback is a diminutive 6-foot quarterback who's not a great athlete, who needs a little bit of time to throw it downfield, and you can't keep the defensive line out of his lap, that's not good. It's one thing to take a chance or two, really is. But it feels like with every skill position, with the offensive line, with the play calling, it just feels to me like the Cleveland Browns took far too many chances. And they have paid the price for it. They were in last night's game. Part of it was Jared Goff threw a couple bad picks, but they were in the game. They're down 1st and goal. They got a bad penalty call for them, not against them. But they had a chance, but they couldn't protect Baker Mayfield. The play calling was shoddy. They didn't throw anything underneath, and they got themselves beat. This was Baker Mayfield on what they need to do better.
We got to be more consistent with everybody doing their job. It seems right now we have one guy out of place, or I'm not doing my job, or it's one thing every play. So we got to eliminate that first and foremost.
Yeah, 18 penalties in the first game, some dysfunction and misaligned in game 3. Not good stuff. Here's Freddie Kitchens, head coach of the Browns.
If you're looking to blame somebody, blame me. Don't blame any of our players. Don't blame any of our other coaches. Just blame me because I can take it, all right? So, just blame me. Go write your article and say I messed the game up. Go write your article and say it's my fault the thing's not looking like it did last year because of this.
All right. That's that fake accountability. All right, next thing you say, it's my fault, my guys are dumbasses. Can't remember a play, cover up the tight end, can't remember where they're supposed to be. Are you the X, are you the Y? What are you doing, kid? The Browns just didn't have a foundation to fall back on. They just didn't. They just kind of cobbled it together, threw it together, and let's roll. And this is what happens.
Hi, I'm Doug Gottlieb from Fox Sports Radio, and you need to subscribe to the Fox Sports Radio YouTube channel where you can hear and see me. Why not? Plus, everybody else who's awesome here in Fox Sports Radio.